a feast during Chol Hamoed Pesach, during the intermediate days of Passover. And of course the Chasidim came. Anytime the rabbi gave a feast, they're going to come. And the Chasidim said to him at one point during the meal, "Rebbe, please tell us, what's this all about?" And this is the story that he told. Many, many years ago, there was a very, very wealthy man. And he loved Pesach so much. He decided he was going to spend half of his fortune buying a special cup for Eliyahu Navi. Everybody knows that in many Seders, there's a beautiful special cup for Eliyahu Navi. You can imagine, if he spent half of his fortune, how magnificent this cup was. Beautifully crafted with jewels and gold and you name it. It was something extraordinary. Unfortunately, as it happens sometimes, he lost his entire fortune. But he still had the cup of Eliyahu Navi, of Elijah the prophet. He said to his wife, "You know, Passover is coming and we have nothing. We've got to sell the cup. We'll have a fortune again." And she said to him, "No way. We're not selling that cup. That cup's not ours. That's for Eliyahu Navi." The husband, "That's all fine and well if you have some money. But if you don't have any money to buy matzah, wine, candles, food, nothing, what's the point of having the cup of Eliyahu Navi? We don't even have any wine to put in the cup." The wife said, "No way. We're not selling the cup." So they didn't sell the cup. And Passover got closer and closer and closer till there they were a few hours away from the Seder, and they literally had nothing. The husband said, "Listen, we don't have a Seder here. We don't have wine, we don't have matzah, we don't have candles, we don't have food. I'm going to shul. I'm just going to sit there and learn. There's no reason to be here. I'm just going to be depressed." So he leaves. Almost as soon as he's gone, there's a knock at the door. The wife opens the door, and she sees a wealthy man, beautifully dressed, handsome, strong, standing there. And he says to her, "Shalom Aleichem, I'm a traveling salesman. I'm a very wealthy man, but I haven't been able to make it home for the Seder or for Passover, and I would like to spend the Seder and the whole week of Pesach with you, if that's okay with you." The wife said, "We would love to have you. The only problem is we don't have really a Seder. We don't have anything. We don't have matzah, we don't have wine, we don't have candles, we don't have food. I can't have you at my table. I don't have anything to offer you." I said, "That's not a problem." And he pulls out a sack of gold coins, drops it on the table, and he says, "Here you go. Buy everything you need and make sure you buy everything for the whole week. What time is the Seder going to be?" She tells him when to come by. He says, "No problem, I'll be there. Just wait for me and I'll be there." So he goes on his way. She goes and buys all this magnificent food. The husband comes home super, super late, figuring there's going to be nothing in the house. What a surprise when he sees the table set with cooked food, tons of matzah and wine, and candles and everything. Magnificent Seder. He walks in and says, "A miracle from Hashem. Let's go. Let's start the Seder. It's late." The wife says, "No, we can't start until the wealthy man comes." He says, "Wealthy man? What are you talking about?" She tells him the whole story. So they're waiting and waiting and waiting. But now it's like 20 minutes until midnight, till Chatzot. And everybody knows you have to eat the afikoman before midnight. So they rush through the Agada, and they eat the meal quickly. And they're about to get to the part where the husband opens the door for Eliyahu Navi, for Elijah the prophet. And all of a sudden, he can't get up out of his chair. And then he closes his eyes and falls asleep at the table. And as soon as his head hits the table, of course, there's a knock on the door. The woman opens the door, and she sees the wealthy man. And she says, "Where have you been? We were waiting for you for so long." He said, "No, you were waiting for me. Your husband was not." "What are you talking about?" He said, "You saved my cup, and I came here to drink from my cup." She said, "You're Eliyahu Navi?" And he goes and drinks from his cup, and he gives her a bracha, and he gives her all the most amazing blessings in the whole world for children and for health and for money and you name it, for learning Torah and spreading Torah. And he says to her, because you were strong and you didn't sell my cup, you merited to see me, but your husband did not. And then he left, and they never saw him again. The husband wakes up, says, what's going on? I don't know why I fell asleep. And the wife tells him what happened. He could not believe it. Anyhow, the years went by, and it came the day that the husband passed away. He gets up there in Shemayim, in heaven, and they say, listen, you don't deserve to go downstairs. So we're going to let you into Gan Eden, into heaven. Just as he's about to go through the gate, who blocks his way? Eliyahu Navi, Elijah the prophet. He says, no way, my friend. You're not going anywhere while I'm still here. You don't believe in miracles, and you didn't believe in me. So why should I even let you in here? But since he didn't belong downstairs, they made him sit at the gates. Many years passed, and his wife passed away. And of course, everybody came to greet this righteous woman. Of course, Eliyahu Navi is there, and all of the great tzaddikim and all of the righteous people come to meet the tzaddikis. But she's really a righteous woman, and she first wants to know, where is my husband? So they said, you see that guy over there? That's your husband, sitting by the gate. She said, why is he sitting by the gate? They told her, because Eliyahu Navi, Elijah the prophet, won't let him in. She said, no, I won't have that. If he's not allowed in, then I'm also not going in. And she went to sit down next to her husband. This went on for many, many years. And the Apter Rav, who's sitting at his feast right now, he told his Chasidim, he said, listen, last night at the Seder, Elijah the prophet came to visit me. And I said to him, no, Eliyahu, isn't it time you let that poor couple in? What's wrong with you making them sit there for so long? And Elijah the prophet, he promised me that today he would let the couple into heaven. And so that's why we're having this feast, to welcome them into Shemayim. Adeu.